Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for round 3. Flamethrower. The High Elf team hoping to bounce back after a fairly tragic defeat to Necromantic last week. Playing against Norse this time, and my opponent, Lucirius. The Norse are playing with a loner, and no significant upgrades. They have a dodging runner, which is kind of annoying. Okay, and he's elected to defend first. Interesting. This will give me a chance to try and block down some of his players, which will be very nice. Got to avoid the sidelines against the Norse. They will surf you above that. I have one wrestle piece. Quite nice. This guy, it's going to be quite important for me to try and keep him on the field. Because he's the only one who can reliably bring down the lodging runner. So we're going to set up quite aggressive here. I want to try and pressure him on the sides. Maybe. I mean, leaving people on the sides against the Norse is always risky. Hopefully I can get a player advantage. High kick, lovely. Where is the kick? Okay, nice and deep, so the Norse won't threaten me this turn. One. Catch it, you buffoon. You did it. Okay, so first things first, let's just advance up the field. Don't need to do much. And let's start here. Excellent. Let's follow. Oh, good. A stun. Wonderful. Armor 7 paying off already. Oh, a KO. Excellent. And the last guy. This man. So we've managed to break armor on 3 of his players so far, and knocked out one of them. Very good indeed. Who do I want to blitz? That's the question. Blitzing this guy would make sense. I can also get a 1 die on the Ulfwerner if I want. Be quite nice. Everything else is a 1 die anyway, apart from the sides. But if I go on the sides, that leaves me open to being pushed out. We're going to do the 1 die blitz here on the Ulfwerner. I have blocks, so this is pretty straightforward. Very nice. And we're going to stay. Down. Wonderful. Wait. Those are all good here. I'm happy with this. We haven't overcommitted. We've got 1 player out. They have 1 block and 1 blitz. The block is on a wrestle piece though, so it could work out in my favour. So it nullifies the advantage that a block gives them. There's no threat to my ball carrier, and I have 3 pieces everywhere. These guys are still stunned, so the center is very open at the moment. Moving this guy up gives me an opportunity to create a gap in the center and perhaps form a cage in there. This guy, if I get a chance, I may foul him because he's a scary guy. This guy is the only man who can reliably knock him down. But even then, it's not the case that he'll take any damage from the knockdown. Okay, so all four on a blitz. That's excellent. One of the rerolls will be used here. Wonderful. And this is now into a 1 die. Which is a skull. That's unfortunate for my opponent. And stunned. Perfect. So big gap of potential here. Let's start off with this blitz. See if I can knock the guy down. I need to roll a power to do so. And I got it. Wonderful. Then we're going to follow up. And run this guy here as a scoring threat. Follow here. Wonderful. And we're going to do a GFI here to bring the catcher. Oh no, we rolled a 1. That's not good. One of our rerolls here. Wonderful. Excellent. So these two players here, so the threat's going to come from this side. They can blitz the corner with the Elfwerner. We have a blitzer in the cage, and we have a blitzer. We also have agility 4 and iron scoring. They have no blocks actually, other than this one, which they can't get an assist for. So it's just the blitz. Okay, so not blitzing with the Elfwerner, just moving in with a lineman. Follows here, wonderful. I can just blitz and then I'm to run away. I have good options for running away. They can't really catch me. This is the 1 die if he wants it, or dodge. Ah, excellent, nice dodge. This gives me a block here and a blitz here. I can also actually get a block here depending on what happens. Okay, that'll... There. Push! Follow the push. Allez, hop! An injury! Wonderful. 2 Norse out now. And that's a ding for that guy. Hooray. So just moving the cage ever so slightly. Next, we're going to move this thrower up to base the Ulfwerner. And we're going to screen the sides of our cage. Or at least we're going to attempt to screen the sides of our cage. As in all things in life, roll ones becomes increasingly difficult. Luckily, no ones have been rolled this. We're going to run this guy down the field on the left just to provide some level of protection. The catcher is in scoring position and can make a dash down the sidelines if needed. Excellent. They have no blocks. Well, they have 1 block this turn, but they can't really get an assist for it unless they blitz off this blitzer. Men are standing up. Naked men. Well, very nearly naked men. In horny helmets. Horny naked men. Dear God. So they can't get the Ulfwerner in for a blitz here without first moving this blitzer. Oh, that's a misclick. And it worked, naturally. Misclicks always work. Nuffle favours misclicks. It's well known. So ideally, I want to try and punch a few more Norse here. I've got a big player advantage, being 2 men up, and punching them seems a really good idea. We do have to be a bit careful though, because Norse are much better at punching than we are. Okay, let's start here. Gonna push him away. Gonna stay. This guy can be surfed now. Isn't I? And what we're aiming for here is just to beat down the Norse, chew up a few turns, and pretty much see what happens. So this piece here can be surfed, which isn't ideal. It's actually a pretty easy surf for them. So what I can do, this guy up to here. Actually, that doesn't solve anything. I don't know why I did that. Actually, that just makes him more open. And this guy up to here. So we still have this piece in scoring position. He's realised that the surf is an option. Excellent. Excellent. There he rolls up. Wonderful, and off he goes. And nothing untoward has happened. Yeah, that's nice. Sort of be careful where he stands now. Oh, he's going in there. Interesting. I wouldn't have figured that one. This means I can now surf the Elfwerner, if I desire. Spare pieces over here, so we may... Unfortunate. Okay. Safest play. Start with that one. We're going to stay. In the interest of safety, I'm going to do this. Wonderful. KO'd the Elfwerner with the surf. Excellent choices. And the dodgy blitz here. Looks like Lucirius might be experiencing some lag. I'm just going to wait for him to come back before ending my turn, because I don't want him to lose any of his turn time. Where are the points of weakness here? They can get a block here, which opens up this blitz. So we're going to move our thrower in here. Once the lag eases up, hopefully it's Lucirius and not me. Yep, just had a message from him on Discord. He disconnected. So far with 3 players up, we've gotten rid of one of the Elfwerners. Pretty good. We are a bit tied up, which is not helpful. Well, that was strange. As we just resync. And I believe we're back. So, what have they got available to them? They move in? They have... No, they don't. I think... Next time we're going to try and surf this lineman. And then I think we're ready to run it in. Unfortunately, only one serious injury. Everything else is just knockouts. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, KO. Wonderful. So now we are only one player up. This is why I put this thrower here, because if... I guess it wouldn't have mattered because he couldn't get a follow-up, but they could have got a blitz in here. So they still have their blitz. They can get a 2-die blitz here, which would push to here. This at the moment is a 1-die block. If they go, there's the 2-die blitz. However, that does give me enough room to get around the outside. A 2-die block here. Excellent. Oh, just a stun. Now just the loner left. And let's go. Okay. First things first. We're running away, friends. Problems in our lives. Problems in this case being a large number of naked men. Just gonna make a little minefield of elves for try and get through. Go. And we're just gonna end it there. They can't see. They can get pieces. They can get tackles on me. They can definitely do. But they can't get a blitz on the catcher, and so I'm intending to score next turn. That'll give the Norse only 2 turns in which to score, which will be quite difficult. It does give them 2 chances to get their knockouts back, but, you know, at this stage, there's no real avoiding that. They managed to get 1 player of mine out, and a lineman, and knocked out another lineman. So my positionals are still intact. Blitzing on the blitzer. Managing to knock him down. Oh, armor break. And just a stun. Lovely. Lovely jabbly. See where he wants to go. Okay, so he's going to go up to mark the thrower. My path right to the left is still clear. There's not really a lot they can do to prevent this. They can get one tackle zone in here if they do a GFI. Okay, so they're giving me a block here. Okay, they're giving me 2 blocks. Let's try and bait me into a fight. We'll see. If they give my blitzer blocks, then I'll take. Give my wrestle piece blocks, then I'll. That's reasonably safe. Oh, that's a misclick, and that'll probably work naturally. Again. Hey. I tell no lies, the misclicks always work. We're going to take the blocks that are available to us. Start with this guy. Excellent. Wonderful, and that's another injury. This is exactly why I'm taking these blocks, to try and thin the playing field a little for the Norse team. Apo on a groin strain. Interesting. What did he roll into? He rolled into some form of horrible death. Why would you use the block pieces? And now I'm just gonna score. No reason not to. We got what we needed out of that turn, and we don't need to take any more punishment. We've got player errors up. See what the KOs happen. Okay, so one of them's back. That's lovely. How about me? Mind guy comes back. So we're now fielding a full team. This wrestle piece is actually really valuable to me, so I'm not going to put him on the line. We're going to use some scrubbies. They have 2 turns to score, which means we're not going to do the good old-fashioned run away and hide trick. We're actually going to do a proper defensive formation to mount a proper defense. Crazy talk, I know. Keeping our players away from the sidelines as much as possible, and protecting the players who are on the sidelines with players in front of them to prevent the surf. Excellent. A wonderful start to this game for me. The dice have been very, very favourable to me. Only had to use 1 reroll, and that was in the very first turn on it. Sorry, the second turn on a GFI to get into the cage that I slightly misplaced. It is currently 11 Elves versus, I can't do maths, 8 Norse. They have 2 turns in which to score. These guys are going to get blocked down. That's why I've chosen linemen with no SPP. My wrestle piece is very valuable because I have to defend next. Ooh! So now there's 3 turns. This could give them an opportunity. Yep, so as expected, my front line of Elves is getting beaten up. No armor breaks so far, which is lovely. Having said that, this guy will now be killed. Or just stunned, you know, we'll take stunned. Stunned is better than dead. Let's see what he can do here. Trying to pick up the ball, always an issue. Yep. If he wants to use a reroll on it, he should. There we are. Excellent. Now he sort of needs to advance up the field. Okay, so they're going to make a cage in the center of the field, very standard. And we're just going to screen. We're going to take our blitz. We're going to try and give away as few blocks as possible. And just try and screen them off. They still have a blitz, but they have no players in a position to move it. Depending on where this Ulfwerner goes, I'll probably blitz him. Yep. So he's left himself vulnerable here. There is a bit of space around the sidelines. We're going to run this guy around to keep them honest. And then we're going to run this guy back as another line of defense. So this time they have no blocks, and they have quite a difficult screen to penetrate. The weak link is on the left, but they have to use their blitz to get round it. I perhaps misplaced my catcher here. Very valuable piece to me, so I don't necessarily want to put him in the firing line. Last game, one of my biggest problems was the fact that I lost my catcher quite early, which really limits the movement on an early high elf team. Because as a base, their blitzers are their only fast pieces. Okay, so they're going to try and shift the cage around to the right. Excellent. Putting it there means they're going to struggle to... how far does he have to... He's got 6, right? 7 movement. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. So he has to get at least to this line. Or sorry, at least to this line to have a hope of scoring. They can't really protect him if they do that. Okay. The screen is still in full effect, thanks to this thrower providing tackle zones. 2 blitzers providing tackle zones. They stand up the Ulfwinner and don't give him any help. I'm going to blitz him again. Because getting him out of the way is very important. The more strength 4 pieces I can get off the pitch, the better. My... I wouldn't be surprised if this Ulfwinner stayed down. There's no real reason to stand him up. If my opponent has truly given up on his turn, on the opportunity of scoring. They may wish to foul my lineman. Yeah, so they're going to stay down, which is a sensible choice. Let's blitz here. It's turn 8, may as well use our last reroll. And we're going to stay. No armor break. Fine. And now we just run all of the pieces we care about away. Oh, that's a 1. There we go. So now they have 1 blitz. And this guy falling over here makes it harder for them to blitz the blitzer. That's why I chose to dodge him first. Because his failure makes it harder for them to attack the piece I care about. This guy, they can foul if they want. At this stage, I would not consider fouling if I was the Norse coach, because you're already so many players behind. This is going for it to blitz. And they managed to knock down the lineman. Wonderful, no armor break. See the vanity pass? Should. Oh, yeah, there's the foul. This stands a reasonably high chance of success. But at the end of the day, it's just a lineman. I don't care about him at all. Oh, he's injured. What happened to him? No long-term effect. We're going to skip. So that foul paid off quite nicely for the Norse team there. Even the playing field a little. Still 2 out. Let's see if their KO guys comes back. He does not. Wonderful. So they're down 3. I'm down 1. Let's see what happens here. A blitz! We're going to be quite aggressive here. Because we do have the player advantage. We're keeping the catcher back, just in case, but we are going to move him forward just a little because they can't actually get around us very easily. And this way, they have no 2-die blocks here. They're going to have to rely on 1-die, which is great, because even though they are Norse and they are good at it, it helps out. Perhaps should have used the wrestle piece here instead, but I want the wrestle piece to be free to perhaps pressure the ball carrier. He is actually the best sacker I have at the moment for this guy. Because he knocks him down on a POW and knocks him down on a both down with wrestle. Good choice by my opponent to secure the ball. It's likely that he'll pick it up, but it's also possible that he will fail. He has to do 1-dies on the line if he wants to knock anyone down, so the reroll is not guaranteed to be available. And they'll be starting deep in their own half with 4 of my elves unpressured. Yeah, this is where having a player advantage is so useful. And he managed to pick up the ball. Good. So now he can actually start doing some blocks on the line if he wishes. Wonderful. Now is a 2-die block here. So this was a calculated risk to try and draw out some rerolls. It hasn't worked, but then I wasn't really... There we are. Will he reroll this? He has 4, so it's possible. May as well. Nuffle says no. Nora's going to stay there. Going to ignore the Elfwerner. My executive decision. Going to try and blitz off this corner and put a tackle zone on the ball. Successful in doing so. Going to follow. We're going to move this guy first. Then we're going to move this guy in here. No, we're going to fall down. So this is a pretty straightforward dodge, actually, and just like in last game, I have pretty heavily committed my blitzers. This was a mistake last game, and I was trying hard not to repeat it, but I've done it again. So this is something for me to take away from this game. I've committed both my block pieces down here, and this guy has a fairly straightforward dodge away. I have pieces back, which is the difference between this game and the last game, but it's still the same mistake, which I was trying not to make again. The good thing is this guy's free and can follow the runner wherever he goes. They also don't have enough free pieces to protect him. Could be that the runner just tries to stand his ground here, but I'm not really sure how that's going to be a tenable situation. They are outnumbered in the backfield, and I do have more pieces that could make it down there. Catcher so far has been my backstop. He's my safety in the middle of the field. He can reach anywhere on the pitch, pretty much, that he needs to go. Okay, so they're going to dodge away. Excellent. And then blitz with the Elffenders to get rid of this guy. This is a loner piece, so if he starts rolling dice, it could get a bit sketchy. Okay, so banking quite heavily on the runner's blodge to keep him safe. Let's see what ends up happening here, whether any of these players dodge out, or if they're just going to block. Just going to block. Okay, so 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Oh, an injured man. Oh, this next game. Not bothered. Loner elves are just as good as regular elves. Oh, that's unfortunate. Will it be rerolled? Most likely. And successfully rerolled. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I may have screwed myself there. In fact, I believe I have screwed myself there. I'm going to have to do a dodge now with the sacking guy to come around. Excellent. Good armor breakdown here. Hatch is going to come around. I'm going to stand up. We have a 2-die block here. That's good enough. I'm going to stay. And now the thrower is going to come around and provide a little bit of protection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so unfortunately the sack man did not manage to do his job. He rolled a skull and a push, and then my second guy rolled a skull and a push, which wasn't really good enough. They now can quite easily clear out here. I perhaps should have dodged these guys away. That's not going to help their cause. That is. Oh, and another injury. Oh, he's dead as well. Actually, no, it's an elf lineman. He's fine. So we now have 3 injuries versus their 2. They're starting to get the run of the dice in terms of the injury. Let's see how this goes. They've used their reroll, so this is... I mean, I guess they have dodge anyway, so they get a freebie, but... any roll at this stage could be potentially turn-ending. So I decided not to Apo my movement busted lineman because I'm just going to use him as, well, line trash basically. I could also fire and rehire him. Wonderful. So I'm a bit thin on the ground back here. I've overextended a little, and they're going to try and surf me catcher. It is doable, but it's risky because the Elffender doesn't have block and they have no reroll. So if bad dice come up, it could well be disastrous. They didn't actually need this guy here to do that, which is the interesting thing. So they've committed a few more players than they really needed. But this should be successful now. Yep, a successful surf. Oh, and he's injured. Now I care about that. What's happened to you? No long-term effect. So we're now down players. This has been a pretty successful turn for the Norse in terms of hurting me. The answer to the question, do you really want to hurt me, is yes. Yes, they do. What are you going to do? You're going to block? You have to sort of run, but you can't really run anywhere. If you don't run, I'm going to try you again. Best place to run would be up here somewhere. Okay, so he's going to block. A devastating effect. So we're going to try and blitz with this dude again because he stands the highest chance of knocking the guy over. Oh, excellent, excellent. And a knockout, wonderful. So we're back even on the pitch. That'll do, pig. Gonna stay. Oh, that's quite possibly the worst scatter that I could have asked for. So we're both down to 7 players, I believe. He has 4 players upstanding. I have 6 of my 7. This guy can't really make it very far. The ball carrier is in a spot to bother. The ball's in a really good position for them. Okay, so they're going to try and make a hole here. Still relies on someone picking up the ball. Excellent, the thrower stays upright. That's what we wanted. We managed to get both our blitzers back into positions where they can be relevant to the game, which is good, because overcommitting them down here did leave us vulnerable in the backfield, especially now that we have 4 players injured. Two of them were missing next game, but they're both linemen. My catcher's fine. So a lot of dice is going to be rolling here. See if it works out. 67 with a reroll, 67. It's more likely. Ah, there we go. Now the last reroll should come out. And it's a success. So, how does he make this guy safe? I guess he moves this chap in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 around here. These 2 chaps back here. They're still going to be vulnerable. Okay, so they don't care about this hole, or they don't think one... Okay, they're going to try and do that. Okay, that's risky. We have a free player here. He can make this a 1 die. That's not really what we need. That's not really... But it's what we got. Now we have a 1 die with the sacker. Knocks him down on a power or both down. Not a skull though, he doesn't knock him down on a skull. Or that. I think that's where we want him. Now with the Elffenders they can get a lot of chain pushing done here. Unfortunately, the sacker has not been particularly useful at sacking the ball carrier. He's in fact only knocked him down once out of 3 attempts. We're both out of rerolls, so any roll by either of us at this stage becomes dangerous. But this is the sort of situation where Norse excel. 1 die blocks, they all have block. Okay, so the chain push. And the knockdown. We have this piece free for now. These guys are not free. And the runner no longer has any tackles on. So he can run if he wishes. There's a 2-die block here from Bologna. And now that the rerolls are all gone, it doesn't really matter. They can get a 2-die on the blitzer as well. Which would just leave this lineman and this thrower to try and hold the line. Okay, blitzing a lineman. Don't think that's the play. Could be if they knock down this guy first. Okay, so he's just going to run away. Let's see what happens now. They have a 1-die on the thrower. They have a 1-die here. They can make either of them a 2-die. With this. Wonderful. Norse blocking away. Well, that's good, because it still leaves this person free to come and put a tackle zone and give an assist. And that'll be it. Okay. Now the first things to do put a tackle zone on. Second thing to do is blitz him. That's not good enough. Ah, I rolled a 1. So these three are going to get punched. They have three free pieces. This could turn into a... I mean, honestly, his best bet at this stage is probably just to take the dodges. That's a very likely chance of success. He probably can't clear all 3 tackle zones off. He's going to dodge back. That's... I think the best move for the Norse coach here would be to try and... You got a chance to blitz this guy off? Not really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But at the same time, he's in no rush. Because this turn and 2 more. Oh, that's not what he wanted to do. I just cannot knock this guy down. Nope, not possible. Fucking finally. Good God. Oh boy. That was a fucking ordeal, my friends. 8 dice it took me to knock that guy over. So now the ball is in 3 of my tackle zones. I can score, theoretically, with this lineman if he stays upstanding, which he probably won't. More importantly, I think, is trying to get a vanity pass on this blitzer. I think that's the most important thing. Will be tricky. Hopefully he stays upright here. He does not stay upright. Hopefully his armor remains intact. His armor remains intact. This blitzer is already leveled. Okay, they're going to try for the risky pickup. Probably the best option for them at this stage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't make it into the end zone. Okay, so I probably can't score now, but that's okay. Gonna run this guy down here. I blitzed from the wrong direction, but it doesn't matter. Stay. One, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. Hey! Now we're gonna run away. Dun 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 dun. Hey! So only one guy will get punched. We have 2 leveled up blitzers. 2 linemen missing next. The catcher got a touchdown, so if he gets MVP, he'll level. We can potentially score, provided this guy gets stay upright, which he probably won't. Oh, if they blitz there, though, we can still potentially score. back here could do with fancy pass. Yeah, you too. So yeah, this does actually give my opponent a chance to score. Slim, but possible. But at the same time, it gives me a chance to score. So I have to do it. So the 1 dice blitz from the loner on the ball carrier. Nope. We're going to try the handoff. We're going to try the pass. Oh, no, he couldn't pass. This throw is awful. One 0 it is. Good game, Lucirius. See what happens. Got a 4. I'm happy with that. And Blitzer got the MVP. The Blitzer actually managed to complete the vanity. How did I end up with 4 injuries? Oh, one was a crowd surf, that's right, yeah. Pretty even game, honestly. Pretty even. Good fun game. Thanks for watching anyone who tuned in, and thanks for watching YouTube. Au revoir.